Hello!
Hello!
And welcome to episode 11 of Pip and Paul. We've got some very interesting information for you today. We're actually going to tell you all about the show that we're going to do in November for our first contract. I think we're quite brave to do this, in fact. And in fact, we may have to sort of beep out little bits.
I hope not.
Yeah, okay. So, Paul, over to you.
So here's our set list. I'm actually going to read the set list for our November gig. If anything's a little bit too controversial, if anything's a little bit too public, I guess, then we'll have to beep it out or anything or something. Daisy, Dot, I have my dog sitting on my lap here. This is Dot, you can see. This is Daisy. Say hello, Daisy. Anyway, we can go back to sleep now. Right, our set list is... we're going to come on to Electric Samurai, which is a pun based on a Magic Circle entrance. We've got a little comedy routine worked out here, where we're going to do our version and slapdashery. Slapstickery, I guess is the word. Then I'm going to introduce the idea of the... then Pip's going to do his world famous... then during a very funny moment, I'm going to be opening it during a very quiet moment and drinking it, while Pip goes into his routine, which is very funny and a very good warm-up. We then have a running gag through the whole thing where we're going to talk about an award, and there could be an unknown judge in the audience. We're then going to... Do you want to take over, or are you happy with me doing all this?
I don't have the list up. I'm happy for you to carry on.
Oh, great. Okay. We're then going to introduce yet another running gag of... Because all shows need comedy. We have a really good way of introducing that. We'll have all of cards, and we will get the audience to pick a card, and that'll be that. There'll be 10 cards, there'll be 5 throughout the thing. So if you pick different numbers, and then if you see the show 2 or 3 times in a row, you'll see different. We're then going into what we're calling, and that'll be something I run. Very big effect. Paxwell plays big. It uses obviously it's a really good prediction, and it's a very visual double kicker at the end. We've then a nice little comedy routine that Pip's going to do, which will be like a cod. A bit of fun there. I'll be in the audience. Pip will be on stage. I think that'd be a good laugh. I like that one. Into one of our other... We're then going into my nightmare. The bit I'm really not looking forward to. It's the improv
It'll
section.
be fine. You wait. He's doing so well at class.
Oh, bless you. I wasn't there last night. I couldn't make last night's class.
No.
Okay.
I was going to say, and I've never seen you better, but I thought that would just be rude.
If I'm actually on the other side, it'll just look like you're looking away from me all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
How do we do it then?
We'll probably do a bit of improv around... but we'll see how that goes. Then another... we then have our version of... with a little bit of a kick, and a lovely giveaway that actually was one of the first things we created. So we had an idea for an audience giveaway. I wouldn't show it.
I'm not going to. I was just looking to see if it was in view.
We have a lovely idea. One of the first things we came up with was to leave the audience with something a little bit funny, a little bit special, something they may keep, or at least will be a talking point. I think we've definitely come up with that. We spent a long time doing it. It involved...
photography?
It involved photography, editing, a serious amount of editing, printing, and the way it all ties in, I think is very, very good. So hopefully that'll get a good laugh and a good memory. Back into another... Then Pip will be performing, which, if you haven't heard of this effect, is just incredible. This is the order it happens. We borrow their phone, we do a search on YouTube, and
Turn
start,
the volume down so no one can hear what the result is.
start playing a video, give them their phone back but they can't look at it yet. They name any song, they turn up the volume on their phone and it's playing their song. Amazing. So if we've got Wi-Fi in our first venue, that would be nice. And then we're going to do that. From that into a daring escape, which I think
All risking his life.
I think it's the most skillful and the most dangerous part of the show. I don't want to use the word hero. I'll leave that for you to decide whether or not we we use that word. But I'm going to be doing we might introduce razor blades in the second one. I don't think the first time I do it. I'm just not mentally prepared for that yet. And then that'll be our big finish. So then, once we've sat everyone down and cleared up the stage from all the flowers and money that people have been throwing, then we encore by coming back to the which will have in it the improv ideas and the names of the volunteers. And we think that'll be around 50 minutes to an hour.
Which is what we've been asked to do, so that's just as well, really.
Yeah, so if I've gone into a bit too much detail, Pip, you might have to beep some of that out and obviously cover my mouth with some sort of... So those crafty lip readers can't start getting ideas.
Okay.
So that's that. I think that's a really good set list. It is fairly heavy on mentalism.
Yep.
Which is actually not like us.
No, because neither of us are big fans of mentalism. However, it does seem to work in context with the show.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm not a fan of it. I just think it has its place. But yeah,
Place is in Pip and Paul's show currently.
Currently in our first version of our show, anyway. So to be clear, this isn't the grand Pip and Paul show that we're aiming towards. This is an interim step towards, and that's just because of the amount of time we've got in order to fulfil our first contract. Still very proud, very pleased with it. Things like twist we've got is, and the twist we've got. I think things like that, and the way we're running those through, I think are very Pip and Paul, and actually I'm really proud of, and probably will end up going into the final show. Our opening as well is going to be very Pip and Paul, and I think that, or extension of that, will end up going to the final show. So I reckon 40-50% of this will be a Pip and Paul, will end up in our first big show. The rest of it is stuff that we individually have done well and that we're using in the show. And if things work, we'll keep them. So there you go.
There you go. There's our first set list. So lots of meat in this episode. So as always, you can subscribe here.
Well, hold on.
Or here.
I'm going to guess it's there.
Here. I'm guessing it's here. You've got social media somewhere below, which I'm not even going to attempt to point at.
We must come across as so professional.
Yeah, it is. It's great. And so until next time...
Oh, hold on.
Oh, what?
Shout out corner.
Oh, shout out corner.
Right, hold on. What are we going with? Shout out corner.
Are you going to go up, are you? Okay.
Wait, going down?
I went down, yeah. All right, let's try. You go up, I'll go down. Ready? Shout out corner.
No, it's awful.
It was, yeah. Cut that bit. So, who are we shouting out, Paul?
No.
No one I can think of. So, we've run out of shout-outs, people. We want to give shout-outs and there isn't anyone. So, if you want a shout-out, let us know. Okay?
Absolutely.
And we will give you a shout-out in...
Shout out corner. Going down is best. You were right. Can we do a legit tune for that? Can we do a legit...
Maybe for next time there'll be a professional recorded studio quality jingle. Maybe not.
No, alright then.
So until next time, it's goodbye from Pip.
Goodbye from Paul.
Goodbye.
Bye.